250 fight. Holy what a card. And I will say this was literally the first and probably the last time in history that I've literally been 7 for 7 on the picks. That was insane. My biggest regret is I didn't put them all on one parlay, because 1,000 would have won me 37 grand. Still printed hella money though. Trump posted on Truth Social saying the deal with the Islamic Republic of Iran is now complete. Congratulations to all. And then today they went to the G7 summit to do peace talks. Now, I'm not sure if you guys saw the price of oil, but oil dropped down drastically. Why? Because they said that, hey, we've signed a peace agreement. They came to terms and agreed for 14 out of 15 topics came to an agreement. Welcome back to another episode of The Market Take, breaking down what's happening around the world in the markets and in crypto.
And if you like being informed about this kind of stuff, please consider subscribing to our channel. And if you do watch our content and you're not sure if you're subscribed, please double check. A lot goes into making these videos, and we get super motivated when we see that people are interested. So yeah, thank you.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of The Market Take. The date is June 15th, guys. We are halfway through the year. Holy smokes. I don't know what happened to June. It was just June 6th. Now it's June 15th. So like I was saying, today's episode is going to be a little bit different. We are going to talk about news for about 15 to 20 minutes. And then we have an AMA. And the guest is actually coming right now. So we'll get him up. I'm going to let him know that I'm going to talk about some news for a little bit. And then we'll get it cracked. Yeah, that's so funny. Blake was DMing me. He goes, hey, man, well, what if can I participate in this 1K account giveaway too? I was like, yeah, you could. He goes, oh man, if we win this, I'm like, bro, if you win, they're going to think that I'm biased against and only picking elites. And then I was laughing because when we had our 5-year anniversary, Lon was one of the 2 people that got the $1,000 gift card in his box. And then when we gave away the $1,000 gift card, he also won that too. I was like, all right, elites are literally getting paid. Sorry, I'm just texting the guest right now. So let's get started. What a wild opener in sports. I mean, what a wild weekend in sports. Holy crap. We had the NBA Finals this weekend. The Knicks won in 5. New York went crazy. We saw riots yet. That was nuts. What a game. Knicks win 4-1. And then on top of that, we had the Stanley Cup on Sunday, the same night as UFC. Unfortunately, the Vegas Golden Knights lost, but bro, still one of the best, newest teams out there. They've now been in playoffs 3 times and won. The Stanley Cups. They've won 1 time and they've been in the playoffs three times. So bravo to them. But unfortunately, the Carolina Hurricanes did win. That was the one bet that I actually lost. And we can blame my brother who's in the chat right now, and we can blame Hike who's not in the chat right now. But there was oh yeah, bet on Knights. It's a lock. Was not a lock, my friends. And then of course we had the UFC 250 fight. Holy crap, what a card. And I will say this was literally the first and probably the last time in history, I see my brother type in the chat, the first and last time in history that I've literally been 7 for 7 on the picks. That was insane. My biggest regret is I didn't put them all on one parlay, because 1,000 would have won me 37 grand. Still printed hella money though. So that was awesome. Everyone was saying the biggest upset of the year. Nah. Gaethje is just too ruthless, too much power, and you go up, 2 weight classes or even 1 weight class. I know Ilya, started in 135s, when he first started, but then he went to 145s, and then when you get to the 155s, man, bro, he got absolutely destroyed. And you can't bet against Gaethje. He's too much of a veteran. This guy's a slugger. He gets better in the third, fourth, and fifth rounds. And for some reason, when he gets hurt, he seems to do more damage. What a performance, man. Holy crap. And then we got Gon, who destroyed Piera. Good, because AP is one of the most boring fighters lately. And then O'Malley cooked, Ruffy cooked, Bo Nichols cooked, and then my boy Diego Lopez won, which people were saying he was not going to win. I said, don't fade my boy Diego. All right, you just can't fade him. Crushed it. What a card. Literally every fight ended in a TKO or a KO. All of them. Nothing went to a split decision. I don't know if that was planned or what, but holy hell, man. What a card. But did you guys see what happened like right before? And it kind of went a little bit viral today. And, you know, they're saying it's not true, whatever, but who knows? But I'm not sure if you guys saw, but it went viral. Basically, Eric Trump, they're saying hours before the fights kicked off, he DM'd Daniel Cormier, who is an ex-heavyweight champion and is one of the commentators, right? I guess Trump DM'd him on X saying, anything you can tell me about the fighters tomorrow, who do you got winning? Again, this was allegedly. Cormier allegedly wrote back and said he's not allowed to bet on UFC fights. And then, you know, I remember there's one part, Eric also even wrote to him. He goes, so what do you think about this guy, Diego Lopez? You know, he's like an underdog, you know, yada, yada, yada. And then again, Cormier's like, I'm not really allowed to bet, so I'm just going to watch. And then Eric wrote to him and said, are any of the fighters injured? And then Cormier's like, I don't know. I think everyone's pretty healthy. And then the last message kind of goes, and then this is allegedly from Eric Trump, I'll just cut to the chase. Are any of the fights tomorrow rigged? I've been eyeing Lopez fight, and I think an upset wouldn't be too realistic. This is what happens when you try to bet against my boy Diego anyway. And then DC writes back, no, none of our fights are rigged, and honestly, I'm appalled that you would even ask me something like that. So the posts are up for like 5 minutes tops, and every like MMA social media post, every like MMA news channel saw it, every like MMA X post thing saw it, and they screenshotted it like crazy, and they posted it immediately because the posts were deleted. Now, of course, Eric Trump said this is completely fake. I've never reached out to Daniel. This is scary. We are aware of the fake AI-generated screenshots being circulated online. And then DC tweeted today, are people really that dumb? You know, he never directly like confirmed or denied anything. But like I said, multiple MMA journalists saw this and picked it up. And then, of course, Diego did win the fight. And what could have happened is this could have been 100% real, and Daniel did post this. But of course, if you call out the president's son of insider trading, which Barron's the king of anyway, and they've been doing nonstop anyway. I don't know anyone else who hits 99% accuracy on Polymarket except Barron. So the other possibility was that the account's hacked, but how many times have we seen that BS excuse from influencers, celebrities, all of them, let's say promoting a crypto project for like an hour, making like 7 figures, and then all of a sudden, account was hacked. That's actually somebody else's wallet. Mine was hacked. Or in fact, it was actually AI generated screenshots and it got circulated and passed out. So who knows, man? I just know that the most powerful family in America hosting the UFC card, and then all of a sudden this goes viral. The optics are not good. And we talked about this, I think, 2 episodes ago, how Trump has over 3,600 day trades this year. That number's up over to 4,000 day trades this year, guys. if this isn't the most Nancy Pelosi X10 insider trading that I've ever seen from the Trump side, I don't know what is. So could Eric have said that? It wouldn't shock me at all. Definitely could have happened, right? 100%, but who knows? I just thought that was crazy. Interesting. But anyway, amazing card, amazing event. And I know it brought a lot of people together. That was pretty cool. And funny enough, as all of this is going on, and basically on the other side of the state, there was over it was some exaggerating number. Over, I guess 8 million people were protesting No King rallies nationwide that same Sunday. Over 1,800 rallies with around 8 million people. And it's so funny to see, because for me, the same people that are screaming no kings, no kings, no kings are the same ones saying tax the rich, give universal income, everyone should have food, give us some porridge, give us some porridge. That's what a king does. So you're screaming for no kings, but what you want is actually what a king gives. Is he gives universal income to keep people just enough fed so they can't uproar and riot, and they get their rations and they get their food. So it's funny to see people screaming no kings, but then what they want is kings anyway. But the bigger news here, guys, I'm not sure if you guys saw, because what we've been seeing, because the news headlines was all about UFC, but you guys know that as of today, I'm not sure if you guys saw, yesterday, the same day as UFC, Trump posted on Truth Social saying the deal with the Islamic Republic of Iran is now complete. Congratulations to all. And then today they went to the G7 summit, right, to do peace talks. Now, I'm not sure if you guys saw the price of oil, but oil dropped down drastically. Why? Because they said that, hey, we've signed a peace agreement. They came to terms and agreed for 14 out of 15 topics came to an agreement. And they also said that the Strait would be opened this Friday, which is why oil tanked, right? We saw the market bleed out, which we said was going to happen if oil keeps staying over 100, and that's what happened. So if you guys were watching UFC, when this happened, there was a big quote unquote God candle on Bitcoin and the rest of the chart. And that's because they said that we've came to an agreement that this is going to be squashed. The Strait is going to be open. Naval blockades will end immediately, guys. Naval blockades got lifted today. And those naval blockades were costing $500 million a day to Iran in terms of the revenue. So the Strait was closed for over 138 days, but now it's going to be opened on Friday. And then in the next 60 days, this is where the big nuclear talks happen. So they're going to talk about nuclear enrichment and basically what's going to happen to Iran's supply of enriched uranium, because like I said, they have 60% enriched uranium right now, and weapons grade means 90. So they're also going to discuss drone and missile production limits to Iran. So U.S. kind of wants a total dismantlement of it, but Iran also insists, hey, we need a certain amount of enrichment, right? Nuclear energy is becoming a big thing. You need enriched nuclear to make nuclear energy. And then on top of that, all of Iran's frozen funds just got released. $24 billion that was locked up of Iran money is now back open again. And this is where Israel's I'm going to have to come and F all this up. So Pakistan is in mediation with this. Qatar is in mediation with this. Everyone around the world is in agreement with this. And now I'm starting to wonder if what we were talking about a while ago, and we weren't the first ones to say this, is we were wondering, is Trump potentially doing a long-term play here where he tries to distance himself from Israel, but does it in a very public setting, because we know that AIPAC is the biggest contributor when it comes to the Democrats and the Republicans. They're the biggest contributor to our political nominees. They're the ones that give all the money, that drive all the marketing. That's why when we go to the ballots and we see 10 names and 8 of them we've never heard of, it's because they don't have that money to market them, right? So, what some people were saying is, what if Trump is, because in the last year and a half, it's looked like Trump is in Israel's pocket. But now it's becoming more and more public disputes between Netanyahu and Trump. And it just escalated dramatically just today and yesterday. So it is a 4D chess game. If you're like, you know what, I'm going to make it look like I have your back, and I'm going to make it look like I have your back. But if the U.S. public is consistently saying, no, screw this guy, we don't want this, at some point, Trump literally has to turn back and say, do you not see that 99% of the American population is saying, if I do this, they're going to riot and, let's say, do this, or like it's going to be civil unrest. So it is some 5D chess if you make it look like the public is so infuriated if you keep helping Israel out that they will overthrow you. That's a smart way to be like, hey, sorry, I can't help you out anymore, or else my own country will also go to ruin. So let's talk about this, right? Both Trump and Netanyahu started to attack each other basically over social media. Trump basically lashed out over Netanyahu because they just said, hey, we came to an agreement. Netanyahu said, with an agreement, without an agreement, I would continue fighting to prevent Iran from obtaining nuclear weapons. As long as I'm the prime minister of Israel, it will not happen. And then he said, I don't care what Trump signed. We're going to keep doing what we want. Holy shit. What? And then on top of that, Israel is trying to keep bombing Lebanon right now. So it's getting really, really, really interesting because the entire world is trying to make the ceasefire happen, trying to make this war completely done, but this man will not do it. And then Israel's defense minister, the guy that basically runs the IDF, which is Israel's special forces, said that they're not going to withdraw from Lebanon. So they're not going to withdraw today or tomorrow. They don't care. They do not care. And it's going to be really, really, really interesting to see how this plays out for them. So the Israel Netanyahu and the defense minister are both saying that this deal is a catastrophe. It's a bad deal. It's an agreement that throws a lifeline to a murderous regime in Tehran. But all the critics are saying, no, Israel, stop this. It's over. No more. But they're not backing down. What are your guys' thoughts on this? It's kind of crazy to see. So, so what each side is currently getting right now is Iran got their 24 billion back in unfrozen funds. They're going to reopen the strait on Friday, and not a gradual opening. It's going to be an immediate open with full production. And then if you guys saw Trump's feedback and criticism towards Netanyahu is he keeps saying, stop attacking Israel. Stop with the bombing. Withdraw the troops. This is over. This is over. This is over. But Netanyahu is not backing down. And what's crazy is the citizens of Israel, they all want this to be over too. They're all critiquing Netanyahu also. But this man doesn't want to back down. That's kind of crazy to me. So it'll be very, very interesting to see how this unfolds and what is going to happen. So One more thing before we get into the AMA with Philip, who I see is in the audience. What's up, Philip? The SpaceX IPO recap, guys. So congratulations, Elon Musk. You are officially the world's first trillionaire. You got to give credit where credit is due. And even though I said the IPO itself is garbage, Elon Musk himself is a savage. You know, he exited PayPal for what, like almost $200 million, rolled out all that money into Tesla, almost went broke in Tesla, rolled out all that money into SpaceX, and the man keeps going. And now he's officially the world's first trillionaire. The stock jumped like 20% on Friday when it debuted and jumped another, I think, 20% today when it debuted. It's trading at, I think, $195 when I saw it closed. So all of the insiders right now are still locked in their in what they bought, and they're not allowed to sell yet, of course. But man, I'll tell you what, smart money, all the pre-IPO investors, they are huge in the money, guys. Huge in the money. So, you know, retail played out into the trap just like we thought. You know, the stock pumped up 20% day one. They still bought in and FOMO'd in hard at the top. And I'm not sure if you guys saw, you know, if you put, let's say, 10 grand into the SpaceX IPO at an insider price, you're up insane. If you put 10 grand at the IPO launch at $135, SpaceX needs to be valued more than Microsoft, which means it needs to double its market cap for you guys to make your 10 grand back. So it's such an overpriced IPO. And when the insiders get the unlock, I think this is going to get destroyed. When that unlock comes, maybe that'll be the huge correction of the market, because I don't see SpaceX popping big at all. Philip, I'm going to invite you to the stage, my friend.
Hello guys, I'm very excited to meet all the Discord member from Stock Unlocked, and very happy to collaborate with the community. I'm very excited to share, and hope you guys are also having a super amazing day and getting very decent profit from the signal calls from the past week. It was a very decent one. Unfortunately, I didn't have any position, but
I told you to jump in some of those trades. They were good ones.
Yes, they were amazing, because I was like, because I mean, like, it's my first time. I have been to so many trading group. It's not like I don't believe you. It's just because I have been so many. They always promise me, bro, this is a good trade. Please come with me. And then I always follow them. And then I ended up like losing a lot of them. So I wanted to like chill a bit and see how it goes. But now I'm very confirmed that there are a lot of alpha in this Discord group, and I will start this week. Let's say if there's any like signal that being announced by you.
Let's do it. So guys, a quick little brief introduction, guys. This is Philip. He's the one that helped us get a sponsorship for Battle of the Bulls. And if you guys know, we all traded on the Apex platform. So Philip brought the Apex platform to my attention, and it's quite an interesting platform because, you know, we're all used to trading on centralized exchanges, right? And we all know the most famous quote in crypto: "Not your keys, not your crypto," right? Which is what happened, you know, when FTX went down, when Gemini went down, when Voyager went down, right? Not your keys, not your crypto. So Apex is super interesting because it's a decentralized exchange where you can create your own wallet and create your own keys, or you can connect your MetaMask to it and you can actually trade perps with your MetaMask, which is actually how my screen is set up right now. So we want to talk about the Apex platform. And then Philip also has something very interesting that he's brought to our table. And this is something that I know our community has actually wanted for quite some time, but I've never been able to find one that I can actually trust. So that's being prop firm, guys. Prop firm accounts, you guys know what that is, right? Let's say you pay $100, you can get a 5K account to trade with, but a lot of these prop firms are super expensive. You pay like $800, you get a 100K account. And I see Eduardo reacting because I think he's going to be one of those guys that makes this account and probably passes it the first try, because this is what he does. But we've always wanted to find a good crypto trading prop firm, especially for you guys who are such talented traders, but you guys just need some more capital. What I really like, and trust me, I went through all the fine print, and I'm going to ask Philip again if there's any rules that I missed, because the rules seem to be so straightforward for a prop group, finally, because there's never been a straightforward prop group before, because the other prop groups that I've done, I didn't read the fine print, and then they have these crazy rules where you can't open or close your position in the first half hour of the market. You can't open and close your trade in the last 15 minutes of the market, which is actually how I failed, because I was in a long on Tesla when the market opened. I was ready to close, and it said that I couldn't close. I'm like, well, this is sketchy. And then they have a bunch of weird drawdown rules and very complicated rules, but I went through the rules with this prop firm that Philip has for us. And the rules are pretty dang straightforward. It's don't lose more than 3% in one day, which, guys, we preach risk management all the time. And to pass the challenge, you need to make 6%. So we're going to talk about that. And then we're also going to talk about the prediction markets layer that Apex has, which I wish I knew about this the other day, because we were all literally just talking about UFC and betting, and then the whole chat just started firing bets away.
Right.
Let's talk about Apex first. For everyone that was at Battle of the Bulls, this screen's gonna seem pretty familiar to you guys, right? So I'm now logged into one of my wallets here, and these are the funds that I have in my wallet. But remember, guys, this is my actual MetaMask wallet. So this isn't me logged into an Apex with email and password, which is a possibility as well, for sure, because they give you guys both those options, which is cool. But I'm actually logged in here with my wallet. I'm here logged in on my MetaMask, and these are the funds that I have in here through there. So it has their perpetual trading, right? But on top of that, guys, here's the prediction market that I literally just saw. But what got me more excited about Apex when I first got introduced to it is it had a lot of good perpetuals, guys, and not just for, crypto, right? It had the real world assets, which is something that we've always been wanting to trade, right? So look, guys, they have SpaceX, which is trading at $208 now, so not $195. So you guys can trade stocks on here, okay? Look at all the stocks that you guys can trade. You got SpaceX, you got Apple, Tesla, Amazon, Nvidia, Google, Meta, Microsoft, right? All the big names that we all trade in this community all the time. You got MicroStrategy, right? You got Coinbase, you got Circle, you got Robinhood, you got PLTR, you got SanDisk, you got Micron Strategy, Intel, AMD. I mean, Philip, is this basically anything like Magnificent 7 and higher, or what's the threshold for stock to make it on Apex?
So actually, we do not have a big threshold over there. Once if there's any stock that stock unlock community really want to trade, you can simply send me the message, and I can make it possible to be listed here. This is also the special condition that we give to your Discord community, because we really want you guys to feel welcomed to actually have a try on our platform. So anything you would like to trade and it's not here, just let me know. And I think I will be able to make it listed in a week, especially on the TradFile market.
Okay. In a week, huh? Well, I see one of the guys in chat says you guys can degen trade SPY with me. Well, yeah, guys, look, here's the S&P 500 SPY. So all you guys that see us do those crazy moves in the S&P 500 and on SPY, the risk to reward on trading SPY can be fantastic. Yes, you can lose 50 to 100% of the trade quickly, but SPY gives you that risk reward option where if you are correct, you can make 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8x, right? Ask any of the guys that trade SPY in here. Making 200-300% on SPY, it's not as complicated as like a normal options trade, right? And the other thing that they have too here is commodities. So I know a lot of us are trading oil. A lot of us are trading gold and silver, right? But I know that we're a very crypto heavy community here. So now you guys can use those crypto funds to trade these assets. Now, Philip isn't telling me this. Apex isn't telling me this. This is my own personal thing, but you guys know I don't really like to pay taxes that much. So when I'm trading gold and silver on my Webull platform, that's all taxed. They send all those documents to the IRS immediately. This is all crypto on chain. So whatever you guys do with those gains, that's on you. It's on you to report. At least you know that the exchange isn't going to report every single transaction that you make. So kind of cool if you're trading stocks and you're getting hit with short-term capital gains a lot. There might be a big move for you here. Just saying. Just saying.
Right. That's all of the reason why people use a decentralized exchange very often. Because there's no way to actually monitor you as long as you do not, let's say, transfer your fund to a centralized or a legitimate one like Coinbase. Then the IRS possibly got a way to connect you with this wallet address because you have to go through the KYC at Coinbase or Kraken or Robinhood, and then not now, but someday in the future, they wanted to tax you, and they will find every way, try all the best their effort to ask you to file. Yes.
So, Hike, very good question. No, so this Apex is not associated with Apex funding. There's Apex funding, right? And there's even Apex Clearinghouse, which is the clearinghouse that Webull actually uses, guys. So, there's several Apexes out there. This is Apex Protocol. So don't get it confused with Apex Funding or Apex Trader. This is Apex Protocol, guys. Apex Protocol. So Philip, is there anything that I missed on this side for Apex Exchange?
For exchange itself, not really. I just wanted to reiterate a bit of regarding this no KYC and security thing. Right. As you just mentioned previously, FTX went bankrupt. They just took the user's fund to actually do whatever the investment they have on their own. But here, it's not really possible for us because there's a infrastructure called ZK Rollup, Zero Knowledge. We're building on Ethereum layer 2, and we could not move the fund at all from our user. You really need the signature of your own wallet to actually do or make any transaction within the Apex platform. So, for example, if Apex just, let's say, is interrupted, is compromised today, the only thing is our front end is compromised. All the funds are actually safe. You can actually withdraw all of your funds on Ethereum 1. So even one day you cannot really log in Apex only. Once you have your own wallet there, no matter MetaMask or Trust Wallet, you can simply go to Ethereum 1 and get all of your funds out. So your fund is super safe on us. And the second, regarding this no KYC, I know there are also some centralized exchanges. They claim they do not need KYC. You can trade whenever you want. But once your fund is to a certain level or you want too much, they will risk control you. They will find all the way to not allow you to withdraw the money. I'm not sure whether you have heard the White Whale incident.
Yeah.
He earned too much. Platform called MXC, right? He couldn't withdraw his money at all. And the senior management or the CEO of the MXC require him to be on site somewhere in Asia to do the KYC and to unfreeze his account, which is ridiculous. If like a MXC claim they do not need KYC at the first place to trade it over there. Right.
Yeah.
That's the first thing.
So Phil,
yeah.
Philip, just to recap. So you're saying if, again, knock on wood, and God forbid, Apex Exchange crashes or Apex Exchange gets hacked and the website's down, no one's actual funds are on the exchange because everyone's funds are on their own wallet.
Yes, it's actually locked on Ethereum chain. It's on the blockchain, right? So yeah, your fund will not be touched. Not a single penny will be touched by the Apex exchange itself, because we cannot. We simply cannot. It's more like a platform which provide the counterparty to trade with each other. There's like there will be no use for us to actually move around with the fund, and it's not safe, as I mentioned.
Right. Right. Okay. Guys, does Apex have an API for trading account data and account access? They sure do. We're already incorporating Apex into the Lucra terminal, guys. And they also have an API for their prediction market. So if we want to open prediction market in Lucra, it's actually not that big of a job. We already have all the framework down. We need to design maybe one page, but the API is all there. So we can all trade on basically Apex's prediction market liquidity, but we can trade on our own terminal and do our own sports bets. Yes. So
Right.
yes, we'll have stock alerts, crypto alerts, and you guys can copy trade my UFC bets for an extra $29 a month now because I'm the UFC professional. I'm just kidding.
And also there will be more like prediction market event being listed there. So now we're having a majority of the World Cup since it is ongoing.
Yeah.
Everyone have passion with the football. But as you said, for the UFC, you will be listed soon, or it's already there. I couldn't really see it, but we will have more and more like prediction events there. And also, there's one very interesting feature gonna be launched very soon. I'm not sure whether you guys gonna be interested in it because you guys are super talented trader, and this product is more like for a gambler like me. So there will be a 5 minutes Bitcoin, Ethereum, oil, gold price prediction. So there will be 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. And you can just choose a time frame and predict whether the price going to be up and down. And then after 3 or 5 minutes, within the time frame that you chose, you
Yeah.
instantly get a payout the right direction. Because that's very interesting for me. I love to gamble, um, but I'm not very good at it. And for me, I can just use small money to actually play around with it.
Yeah.
But I know for like traders, for very serious trader, you have your own way of analysis, and you do not really want gamble thing. Because for me, it's a gamble thing. But better phrasing is called prediction market.
Right.
And I'm trying to predict how the price goes without any convictions.
Yeah. And so, since our community has the access where we can request stocks that we want to be on there if they're not there, would we be able to request sports as well? Like I know some of the people here like golf, some of the people here like this.
Yes, of course, of course. It would be great that if you simply send in the chat, or just send in the chat, and I will try to make it happen as soon as possible. Right.
Sweet. Yeah, I already know the chat's going to want NHL. Someone's already asking for blackjack. Oh, okay. You guys are a bunch of gamblers in here. I love it. Just like me. So guys, let's go to something that I think is going to be such a powerful tool for all of us also. And I'm just going to change my screens real quick. Guys, that's the prop firms. And we've talked about this, right? We have traders in here that are so talented, but trading with under 10K accounts. So I'm actually over here right now on the prop firm account. And Philip, I might pass, dude. I might pass.
Oh,
Unless this shit goes the wrong way. But look at my last trades though. So far so good on the trades. I do need this one to come back a bit. I'm doing a little short term, but guys, this is the platform for the prop firm trading. So there's a few pairs here. And Philip, I did have one question. Are you guys going to add more pairs later on? Because I know right now, we have the major ones, right? We got Bitcoin, Solana, we got ETH, AVAX, XRP, SUI. Are they going to continue adding more coins to the list?
Yes, there will be more and more coins being added to the list, not only with the crypto, but also the commodities, TradFi, and etc. The reason why there are very limited one is those are the very mature asset already on the market.
Right.
And now the top trading product is still on its beta version. We have only giving out to certain selected talented trader to test it out to actually give a very genuine feedback. For example, how about the candlestick, whether it looks good, is there any functions need to be added, and etc. And once we collect all the feedback, we'll be improving it, and we'll be improving all the way, even if it's on the public test, right? And I think in a week time that it will be available for everyone.
Okay.
To use this.
Cool. So guys, I want you guys to really pay attention here to this screen. All of you. Crap, and I think Blast just left, but come back. Let me see if he can jump back in, because this is something that I think Blast could lead a prop firm challenge. If you guys remember last year in the Elite channel, we ran basically like a small account challenge, basically only risking $25 loss to make $50 to $75. And then $25 loss became $35 and then $45, and then we were winning like $100. So did huge gains there. And then if you guys remember, Andrew did a small account challenge as well. Huge gains there. But let's check it out, guys. And I've gone through a lot of these prop firms before, and you guys know me. I wouldn't bring bullshit to the table if I thought it was bullshit. So check this out, guys. You guys can buy a 5K account for $58. You can buy a 10K account for $100, 15 for $148, 240, 25K accounts $250, a 50K account is $388, guys. And they all have basically the same profit targets, the max loss, the same daily max drawdown. So what this means, guys, is for you to, let's say you guys get a 10K account. You're paying $108 to get a 10K account. Now, where the other prop firms get you is they want you guys to lose, right? That's how they make their money. They want you guys to keep buying accounts and keep losing. And that's why they set all these weird rules that you guys will see. If you go to like Surge Trader, ironically, there's one called, I think, Apex Funding, which is a prop firm, but they all have these wacky rules. Surge Trader, wacky rules. There's this other one, Hydra, wacky rules that make no sense, but pretty clean and straightforward here. Is the profit target is 10%. So meaning if you buy this account, you have to get the account up to 11K and you'll pass the challenge. Now the conditions are that in one day you can never lose more than 3% of the account. Okay, so you guys know we preach risk management here all the time. We always talk about risking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5% of your accounts per trade. Because the limit is 3% here, I would not risk more than 1% of the account per trade. But because we've trained you guys to always look for setups that have 2 to 1, 3 to 1, or even 4 to 1 risk to reward ratios, that even if you lose 1%, you can probably make 2 or 3% in the next trades, right? Now, the other condition is you do have to have at least 7 trading days, meaning you can't just make one crazy trade and be at 11K and call it a day. And the reason for that is because the whole test of trading is, can you make profits consistently, and can you make profits in a respectful manner, meaning managing risk to reward. And getting one lucky trade, sure, you can pass the challenge, but it doesn't mean you're going to pass the next account, right? But the whole reason why prop firms exist is because they for the good prop firms, they actually want you to pass the account, and that's why they set up some of these regulations, because if you pass the account, there's a profit share. So that means that the prop firm will share some profit, and you as a trader will share profit, but the trader gets most of the profit. Now, here's the one thing that I didn't find on here, Philip, and maybe you can let us know. What is the profit share? And then, is this a 2-stage pass, or is this like a 1-stage pass? Meaning, if they hit this, do they automatically get the 10K to trade with, or is there a second stage test?
So here's the thing. At the beginning, there will always be a challenging phase. It lasts for, I think, as long as you pass it. So you have to firstly prove that you can actually pass through the challenge, which means you be able to hit the profit target, and then you will be getting the real payout account. With that payout account, with any trade, as long as you have effective trading days, you can cash out anytime you want. Like not really, we call it anytime you want, because you will take 1 or 2 days to actually go through with your transaction to see whether they are genuine trade, whether there's any like manipulating behaviors. But this is what they say. But normally there will be not such a thing, because what they said, there will be some people, they're buying two challenging accounts, and one they are opening long and one is opening short. That is actually not allowed, unfortunately, because this is not really showing your trading skills. You are just
Right.
doing a hedging, and you are trying to because in this way you will always get the payout, right?
Yeah.
And for the profit sharing, it's just how much you earn from the trade after you are eligible to withdraw it.
Hmm.
With After the eligible trade, you'll be able to withdraw the profit from those trade. And
Hmm.
there's a 4 time, I think it's fifths every month, 15th, 20th, 25th, on every specific days in the month, you can apply for a profit withdrawal.
Hmm.
That are the time that you can get the payout. It can be sent directly to your wallet or any way you prefer. But I think currently we only withdraw it to your wallet. And the best part about this prop trading firm is it's also non KYC. So as long as it's not associated with your centralized exchange, then you will also not be taxed. Right.
Got it.
I'm not
So,
sure whether I have so concern or questions.
yeah. So right here, guys, it says the payout share is 80%. Right now, Philip, I didn't understand. So if somebody passes this challenge, right? Let's say they get 10%. They traded for 7 days. Is there another phase of the challenge that they have to pass, or is it just a one phase?
Only one phase of challenge, and then
That's huge, guys. The
right.
the reason why I wanted to ask that for a second time is almost every single other prop firm out there, it's 2 or 3 phases. One, you got to pass the first time to show that you can even do it, and then pass the second time again to again show that you can even do it. And then sometimes the third account is where you actually can withdraw funds. So guys, like I said, I vetted so many prop firms in the last 2 years because I've always wanted to bring a prop firm to you guys, because it's such a good way to grow your capital if you're smart. And there's a lot of very smart traders in here that do proper risk management. If you're one of those traders in here that likes to gamble, this isn't for you. But if you're one of the traders that wants to get access to capital for low dollar amounts, guys, this is a one-step past challenge. And like I said, I've gone through so many of these exchanges before. None of them is a one-step pass. They're always 2 to 3 steps. There's So Hike asked, how many days do you have to trade to request a payout? 7 days. Hike, I know you actually have done prop firms a lot in the past. Most of the prop firms that you've done, are they, you have to pass like you pass one phase and then you have to pass a second phase? Type in.
So yeah, 7 days of eligible trading day is what we have set for the beta version. It might be a slight changes, but I will update all the specific rules
Mhm.
in the group so you can see and you can understand how it works. But what we wanted to make sure is that everything is clear, transparent. We do not have the rules like what Arthur said 30 minutes before or after the market close or open, that you will not be open or close the position. And if you
Mm.
ever did that, you will not be able to get a payout. This is something we want to avoid. And we also want our trader to earn money, to actually pass the challenge and actually do pretty well with those accounts because uh, trader is one of the very scarce resources. If through the prop trading firm we can find you guys, from what the founder said, we will be willing to even collaborate further by not only providing the funds to actually trade or providing or helping you to set up a trading course and etc. The potential is unlimited. We are also thinking about way once we find a good trader, how we can like work together.
Yeah. So Hike here just said, so there's a evaluation stage, then you get approved for 5-day trading. So again, just right there, guys, that's 2 stages right there. Most of the ones that I've done, there's one stage and then you get to like actually trade and then you pass that stage and then you get an actual account. So there's just too many kind of crazy rules there that I've seen, and this is one of the best rules that I've seen because you guys pass the test, you guys get access to the funds. Now my last question is about the 7 days of eligible trading. Now, does that mean if I create the account, let's say I do a trade day 1, let's say day 2 and 3, there's no trades for me to take based on my strategy. Let's say day 6 and 7, I take trades. So out of the 7 days, I will only trade it 3 or 4 days. Is that what that means? Is you have to wait 7 days, or that means there needs to be actual 7 days of trading? Even if you've, let's say, had the account open for 30 days, out of the third 30 days, you need to have 7 trading days? Or what's the rules for the 7 days exactly?
Have a time limit there yet. So with the seven, because for the eligible trading day, there are some specific rules. For example, you need to have 2 or 3 trades at least within one trading day. And you can have, because sometimes there's really no trade you take, right? For example, for the day 1, there's a big, very good opportunities. You can take the trade, but the day 2, 3, there's nothing to do. You can simply do not do any trade on those days and wait the day that you think the opportunities come and you make the trade. And once you hit like 7 in total, then you'll
Great.
be eligible to for the profit share and everything, right?
Again, the reason why I asked him to clarify that too is other prop firms will make you trade every day for a certain amount of days. And if you miss one day, they fail you. Guys, we know this better than anybody. How many times did we talk about sitting on our hands and not doing trades if the market doesn't present itself with trades, right? It's only in battle of the bulls do we have to do a trade, right? But in reality, right, we went a month and a half in stock lock without doing a single crypto trade. And then last week we fired off four trades in 3 days. So that's another advantage here of this one is you don't have to trade every single day for 7 days straight. You just need to have 7 trading days, whether that's in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or 4 weeks, guys. So pretty awesome stuff. I'm excited to get you guys on some of these accounts. I was gifted an account that I'm going to try to pass this week or in the next 2 weeks. But you guys definitely got to get on this if you guys want access to capital. And like you guys heard Philip say, guys, if you guys pass these challenges, I know Apex and I will work out some cool stuff because Philip and I have already talked about this in the past about potentially taking the best traders in Stock Lock to sports games, to big events, to flying them to crypto conferences, or flying them to Cancun next year, right? Guys, this community is going to get so freaking good and so big. It's going to be amazing. We're bringing you guys all the best stuff always, and we're always vetting everything that we do. And we unfortunately only have about 5 minutes left, but we did cover everything except one thing. Philip, I need you to help me give this account away to one lucky member. Now, the question is, how do we pick them? I wanted you to pick because I don't want them to think that I'm picking. So, do you want me to like send you the list of everyone that I have signed up, or can you see everyone that I have signed up, and can we pick a random winner?
It would be great that if you send me, so I don't see any. You can just randomize the UID, so I can pick one to see if there's really no, let's say, a rig in this game.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna send you the list right now.
Which one shall I take?
I don't know if you have a randomizer or something, or if you just want to do one of these and close your eyes and pick. It's all you. I'm not gonna pick. I'm not picking.
Okay, then I will just close my eye and randomly pick one.
Let's go.
Okay. So let me take this one. This will be the UID. I will send in the chat, or I will just read it out loud. But there are a lot of numbers.
Post it in the chat. It's a long number. Guys, so someone's about to win $1,000 account. Thank you, Philip.
Right.
Thank you, Apex.
No, yeah, thank you, Apex.
Yeah.
I really hope this trader is in the chat right now. Otherwise, he'll be missing it.
They freaking better be in the chat. Okay, while we wait, Hike asked the question: Is there an activation fee after passing the prop firm, Philip? Like, is there a fee to activate the account?
I don't think so. Once you pay for the account, then you're supposed to be able to simply trade with it. Firstly, the challenge phase, and then the payout phase, and that's it. I think the rules are just like that. We don't charge anything additional.
Cool. All right. There you go, Hike. Guys, whose UID is this? So, Philip, unfortunately, the person who won the account is not in the live, but we're going to find them. And we're going to make sure that we let them know, and we're going to make sure that they shout you guys out. So, sadly, the person's not in the chat, but it is definitely somebody in Stock Unlocked. So, whoever won the $1,000 futures account, guys, I hope you turn that 1,000 into 5,000 and then 10,000. Philip, I just want to thank you again for taking your time early in the morning. I won't dox your location, but I know it's super early where you are, and I know you just woke up and you got on the call with us. Thank you so much, and thank you for bringing this prop firm to us. Is the decentralized exchange exciting? It is, especially for tax reasons, but I think I'm the most excited for this prop firm because I've wanted to bring a prop firm to the group for a long time. So everyone, please thank Apex, thank Philip, and let's show them what Stock Unlocked is about. And guys, when you guys see Philip on the crypto chat next week, make sure you guys say hello. Make sure you help him out with some alpha, and let's get him on some of these gains because he needs to get in on some of these trades too.
Right. I really need some advice on it. I lost a lot last year.
It's all right. We got you. We got you. Again, Philip, thank you. Stock Unlock chat, so much. Thank you. Apex, thank you. We look forward to working with you guys more. I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of your Monday. That is this week's Market Take. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Philip.
Thank you, guys. Very honored to be here, and I wish you all a great week ahead. Have a good one.
Thank you, everyone. See you later. Take care. Bye.